Somebody once told me the world is gonna grow me. The sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with a finger and a thumb and the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Head to the rules and they hit down running. Didn't make sense.
I'm kidding, they stopped coming. Sorry, oh wait, no. Oh, I did not mean that. Today, I'm presenting Onions Have Layers, a tale of Shrek beyond the internet. So, over the years, Shrek, the series, has far surpassed being a cult classic. So with the memes steady flowing and the internet ripe with shadow and hedgehogs of fanfiction, one would think that the obsession with Shrek is nothing more than a silly, outlandish joke gone awry. However, much like love for Shrek, it too has many layers. If you have spent any significant time avoiding grass, or accidentally tuned yourself into the weird side of YouTube, I don't want to talk about my YouTube either. Chances are you're familiar with the degeneracy that the franchise has evolved to. From the nightmarish horrors of Shrek is love, Shrek is life, to the various interpretations of what I can only describe as thickier than average Shrek. There is no lack of online devotion to the modern day fairy tale protagonist. The bizarre media surrounding the franchise is nothing short of odd. However, there's already plenty of media coverage surrounding all that. There's another place beyond the cyberspace that there lives a swamp-shaped hole in our hearts. No, seriously, it's not a meme. Over the years, I've heard stories of families and friends surrounding the boob tube with their family every year, over and over again, just watching Shrek, getting together with these memes, with these jokes, and you know, how many people consistently can say that they watch any franchise with their family? Anybody here? Yes? Die Hard, okay. John Wick, but do those have the same cultural impact that Shrek does?
Die Hard does.
Die Hard does? I'd like to hear your argument later. Meet me after class. Over the years, I've heard stories of families and friends all doing that. I mean, why is it so common that this bubble farting monster could be the source of comfort for so many? To answer this, I took to the best source for scientific measures and data collection, a shitposting group on the internet called Shrek Memes and Nothing But Shrek Memes. Great page. If you would like to join, they do have Nothing But Shrek Memes. In this group of Shreksy sons of guns, I post the prompt, what cool and interesting memories do you have related to Shrek? I'll be honest, I didn't expect much of a response, but I figured I'm still gonna give it a go. You know, let's fuck it, let's see what we get, right? Initially, I was expecting most of the replies to just be shit posts, memes, whatever, you know? It's a shit posting group, what else is it gonna be? But instead, I found meaningful, insightful, heartwarming stories. Stories about this green ogre here. Like, what? Memories of Melanie S., a mother in her childhood kicking down doors, kind of like I did just a couple minutes ago. Yeah. Now her son is the same fan of that franchise. And he goes around kicking doors too, making her life come around full circle. Danny Yen's dedication to the film and knowing it so well to the point where she can recite the entire 10 minutes. I mean, hell. There's even someone called James R. who eats onions every day to make sure he gains layers, and he currently sits at 572 layers. In a moment of vulnerability, we also get to witness what the comforts of a damn good movie can bring. Very graciously, Dallas V shares their battle with Mother Nature's mismanagement of whether they're gonna have a kid or not, seeking comfort in that movie. Ashley F. bravely shares her stories of her mentally ill mother who suffered from a substance abuse problem. She wouldn't wake up to take me to school, so I watched the movie over and over, switching which character I was, which one I would recite, all throughout the movie. Sorry to trauma dump, but that's the fat and skinny. Shrek was there for me when no one else was. Although these means of communications were through a shitpost group on Facebook and social media, these are real stories. These are real people that, through this franchise, have connected and found something that's helped them. And so you wonder, if there's all this love for Shrek, why don't we see it everywhere, right? It's not usual. But it is. I mean, we live not too far from Shrekfest. Shrekfest goes on every year in Humboldt Park. Well, now it's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Congratulations to them for the move. Where thousands gather every year to celebrate. From the humble beginnings of a couple dozen Shrek heads that Metro Park in Madison to the ever-growing fest it continues to be, I can personally say Shrekfest is fucking awesome. That's me. That's me and that's Shrek and that's Fiona. And there's a Shrek car behind us. That doesn't convince you to go to Shrekfest. 3GI Industry is known widely for their collaboration with 200 artists, which is what this video I was playing at the beginning was. This is Shrek Retold. 200 plus artists got together and managed to make Shrek Retold. And it is a project where they each had their own vision, completely separate from each other. And it became this montage, this tribute to Shrek. And then, apologies. I'm a professional. I promise I was out studying and not drinking last night, as a good instructor does. Thank you very much. All this says is tamales, and I'm not sure to go from there. No, I'm kidding, y'all. So I did decide to watch the entire franchise in Spanish after starting all this, and I wanted to see where it held in its cultural relevance. Because I grew up watching Shrek, but I did not grow up watching Shrek in English, like at all. I don't know the English movie. I knew it in Spanish, and so many of my Hispanic Mexican peers also did. Why? Why did Shrek have such a Shrek hold in Mexico? You go to the tianguis, you see the janky, bootlegs with one eye over here, the other eye over here. It says Shrek on the merchandise. We have that everywhere. We have the bootleg DVDs in stands. There is so much Shrek love in Mexico, and you would think, why? Why this movie of all things? And it's because of its localization. The Shrek franchise is one of the first franchises that was able to not just translate, because obviously translations have been done through many years, but to incorporate culture into their translations. In the morning, I'm making waffles. We know that one, right? Yeah? So in the Spanish version, he don't make waffles, he makes tamales. Anybody ever had tamales? Yeah. Awesome. So isn't that awesome? They could have easily just been like, I don't know the Spanish word for waffles, so I know waffles. They could have just done that. They could have just said waffles, left it at that, easy, done, lazy, let's go. But they didn't. They put just a little bit of effort to make it relevant to us. And they did that through the entire series. They did that through jokes, through the actors that they hired being mega stars in Mexico. They did that through their intent and purpose behind. They brought together a country in comedic harmony. And there hasn't really been a franchise that not only is it big on the internet, worldwide, states, wherever you call it, this is real, this is weird. What are we experiencing? What is this? What is this phenomenon it's not just the internet, it's everywhere. Why do people love it? Because there's so many layers to this shit. There's so many layers beyond the gross, icky, bubble farts, mud, swamp, and whatever. What the fuck is this shit? What are you even looking at, right? But there's love there. There's a lot of love in this movie. And thank you guys for coming. Woo! Do you have any questions? Any
so the next thing goes, you always make them out. That's like an all-day affair.
Yeah, and even better friend than that, he actually, the reason he says in the morning, the reason he says in the morning is because he has to spend all night preparing. So he actually took that into account already. Yeah, so it's not an all-day thing, it's an all-night thing. He's a great friend. Anybody else? Yeah?
I feel it's my duty to bring up Shrek the musical.
Okay.
Shrek the musical is often criticized as being a cheap cash grab, and this made me think about it in a new light. So I'm wondering what your take on other forms of Shrek media, even like Shrek picture books. Are they a cash grab, or are they supporting the franchise and the fan base in a relevant and beneficial way?
Crash grab.
Woo!
So, it's everywhere. We see it, stickers here, there, books, whatever. I don't think I have ever purposely bought a piece of commercial fan merch or commercial merchandise. I don't see the need. It's his same, well, not in this, but like his usual face pasted on everything. It's cheap, it's unimaginative, uncreative. There is a plethora of fan artists that do it so much better. The community is there. I think there is no need for the merch. It's gonna be there regardless because, again, cash grab. But there's better shit out there. Anybody else? Yes.
Where can we find the Spanish version?
I can DM you the link. It was really hard to find. I had to watch it in 3-minute part clips on YouTube. So bringing it back old school. If anybody ever watched anime back in the day, you know the struggle. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right.
This is not a question. I want to compliment your outfit.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, I don't know if anybody got it, but I'm supposed to be a dragon. I'm not gonna fuck the donkey. All right.
Would you consider doing maybe more of a deep dive on the specific relationship between Donkey and the dragon and how that changes the course of the future Shrek films?
If you want me to, I unfortunately will do it.
Okay.
All right. Can we move on from the dragon, please? Considering I am the dragon right now, I don't like this.
I don't want the mic. I don't want the mic. Okay. Would Shrek be improved with the addition of Bruce Willis?
In Spanish?
I have a theory on that, yes. However, it must be the CGI physics, all that stays the same, but they just paint Bruce Willis green. And they put 2 pieces of broccoli on his head, and then he's in the movie, they green screen him in. That way, I think he would be a phenomenal addition, but only under those specifics. Yeah. All right. Oh, over here. All right.
Shrek Forever After. Cash grab or legitimate continuation of the franchise?
So that one I couldn't find in Spanish. I have, however, seen plenty of video essays on it. I would say, from what I remember, there was very strong arguments for it being a great continuation of it. I cannot speak personally for it because I haven't done the research. However, onions have layers. Shrek 2 coming to you soon.
Oh.
There will be more research done for that one as well. So stay tuned for my opinion. All right. Oh, two more. I'm gonna go this and then that.
Does Shrek also offer a delicious fruity beverage?
Yes, if you count onions as fruit.
No.
No.
I don't want that.
You don't want layers then.
Onion juice?
You need juice? Onions have juice. Don't want the mic. Don't want the mic.
So they recently released a new Puss in Boot movie. So maybe it's a conspiracy between, like, Puss is like taking the limelight of Shrek, and he's just sabotaged Shrek's career. Maybe Shrek is the not Ben Stiller. Who's the guy in The Mummy?
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. Maybe Shrek is the Brendan Fraser of animated films. What are your thoughts on that?
You could choose to see it that way. You could choose to see Shrek as being replaced, and I know a lot of people do. He is very, very dear to many people's hearts, so a lot of people don't want to see the franchise move on. However, the way I see it as a Shrek scholar and memeologist and internet historian, a lot of people don't want to see him replaced because they love him so much. They're like, no, not my Shrek, right? But I see it more as passing down the throne. I see it as him letting the next generation go. Puss in Boots was a very loved character. That movie did phenomenal. A lot of people loved that movie. That movie touches on a lot of aspects that we wouldn't even think of. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it, but it has a very great depiction of a panic attack in there. And I think that it could have easily been a cash grab, you know, like, we're just gonna move on to the next thing, let's go. But I think it was done well. I think because it was done well, I would like to see maybe another movie, maybe a series, and then really make my opinion on whether I think it'll be good for the franchise or not. Yes.
Based on all your educational knowledge, when do you expect or project the release date of Shrek 5?
Shrek 5. I don't want it to come from me, so I don't want to talk about it. But stay tuned. Stay
There's
tuned.
still an actors and writers strike going on. We can't worry about that.
That's true. That's true. So it'll be a while. But you know, perhaps maybe some weirdos in LG will get together and like maybe make a fan-made Shrek 5 film. I don't know. If only I knew a bunch of creatives. That'd be weird, right? So Shrek 5 when? We'll see. All right. Is that it? All right. With that, I think I've shed enough layers. We're good.